Are Dryads any good in patch 6.2? I'm entering the Wood Elves roster partly for its own sake, since I hadn't touched them before, but also because I can't exactly cover Alarielle if I don't brave this first. So let's ask the Dryads the right questions. Recruited for 550 gold and 138 upkeep. On Ultra, we're getting 100 entities with 7,000 health between them, with 60 armor, 20% physical resistance, and 25% fire weakness, so flaming attacks do extra damage to them, but without a magical component, flaming attacks are themselves physical. You're still losing, but you're only taking a little extra damage net. On the other hand, flaming Sword of Ruin and you are toasted. Leadership 65 isn't even bad. Speed 43 and charge speed 52 is really brisk. Melee attack starts at 35, which is better than typical, and every blow is magical attack. Attack interval 4.2 is scarcely slower than the median, and no splash damage. Melee defense starts at 25, so these are like a variety of fanatics. Weapon strength 40 is split base 35 and armor piercing 5, really low for the latter number, like a sort of souped up crypt ghoul. But keep in mind, this is more than enough to shred quite a few enemies unless you're fighting dwarves. Charge bonus is 18 and mass is 140. This unit has immunity to psychology, causes fear, hide in forest, woodsman, therefore phases through trees unimpeded, but is a small unit anyway, and has vanguard deployment, very convenient for shock raids from the cover of forest. In the red line, Wood Elf skills, Piercing Thorns at 3 pips grants melee attack plus 6 and weapon strength plus 12%, therefore all offensive help, nothing defensive. At rank 7 and up, Shield of the Forest adds armor plus 12, melee defense plus 5, and physical resistance an additional 10%. In the tech tree, Isha the Mother adds plus 5% casualty replenishment for Dryads only, Wisdom of the Pine slashes upkeep for 15%, Wisdom of the Willow adds 10% missile resistance, and that's independent of physical resistance. Wisdom of the Yew, and you can't just pick all these I don't think, so there will be choices to make, but Yew Berry Infusion passively imbues Dryads with poison. Wisdom of the Cypress adds 25% fire resistance to cancel out the weakness, I think, plus 25% reduced fatigue buildup, and that's it for your options. So how do we use the Dryads? Think of them as like armored flagellants, lower entity count and having physical resistance, but being intended to reach out and thrash something. Though they're hurt by things like Blue Horror's fireballs in melee combat, and these spirits charge in fast, they will obscenely wreck the horrors. They'll trade brutally with Plague Bearers and a lot of other demonic infantry, ignore Triad and Deathrunner dodges, and so on and so forth. For their cost, they are pretty amazing in some senses. Some. Obviously, they have some common weaknesses, like to lots and lots of range with Flaming Sword of Ruin, and the like, and also they just plain aren't that tough once you get past the armor and resistances. So you basically should think of them like gnarled orc boys. They're there to break enemy lines if they're light to medium armor, but not immediately, and they need some serious help to seal the deal efficiently, like terror-causing units. Not that I think this is a big problem for you in this roster. Ultimately, as a setup piece to make contact with the enemy and keep it very busy, they're better armored than Gore Herd, but not as blessed with health. If the enemy is not set up to deal with them, they can do obscene, outsized damage, but there's a reason casualty replenishment is in the text. They will tend to pick up a lot of damage along the way. As long as they're dishing out more than they have to take, they're doing fine. Take care and have fun teaching the softies not to mess with the hardcore of the forest.